Hey, what's up, guys? And yes, I know this might come as a surprise, but welcome back, first of all, to Anime King 2. I never intended to make this a very long series. I was gonna make a 3 hour long movie, but a few other things came up, so I had to split it up. So, yeah, this would be the finale of What If Konoha created Compound V, guys. Thank you for supporting this. If you're new here because of this, I want to welcome you, and yeah, stick around for the other new what ifs coming up because they're daily on all my different channels. If you are new, I indeed have 4 more: Anime King, Anime King 3, Anime Symbol, Anime Prince. If you like your ideas, whether it be a movie or a series, simply go ahead and comment your ideas on any of the latest posts. I also post a new series of What If Naruto Return Hating Konoha, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy over in Anime King 3. So without further ado or wasting any more time, let us begin now, guys. So, the last part that we left off, we get to see the dynamic between Minato and Kushina as they were aware that Naruto was missing. Kushina discarding him like he was a piece of trash. Minato weary but deciding to listen what she had to say. Right now, the others were 16 years old. Menma and Mito. We get to see them saving a village, putting out flames, but it was all a publicity act. Heroes are not really heroes, they're just there for the name and reputation. That is just how the world was right now. Supes were not good. They were monsters. They were an abomination to the world. They treated people without powers like they were garbage. They treated people with weak powers like they were garbage as well. It shows just how horrific and horrible they were. We get to see the others also. But it wasn't just them. As the other 2 nations, well, they were already in deep. Konoha was growing constantly, as people did not truly know the depths of how far they've reached. That is when we get to see Orochimaru facing a Supe that had a rather powerful psychic range. Psychic blast from his mouth, that is, until Naruto arrived and ripped him to shreds. It was some time ago. We get to see a flashback of Naruto leaving the village and joining Orochimaru. Their goals coincide with one another. Orochimaru's desire, his conquest, to rid the world of all of the Supes as well. Maybe tied into his parents being killed by Supes, or maybe his own nefarious purpose could not be continued because there was too much powerful people in the world. But Naruto did not care about that. His desire was clear, his desire was pure. He was constantly seeing her over and over again. Luna was always there by his side. Turns out that Naruto could suck the Compound V out of someone's system and use it to make himself stronger. The thing was, after failing, Minato and Kushina were not pleased. They injected him over and over and over and over and over again. That stemmed this new ability. Luna was a part of it as well, his own mind finding comfort. Naruto had grown exponentially stronger over the years. We get to see him making his way towards the Land of Rain. That is where we got a flashback of how he met Nagato. How they were on the same side. Nagato desire, Nagato goals. The pain of his past, the loss of Yaiko, him and Konan, not possessing any abilities. other than their standard ninja abilities though. But all Supes possess a very special durability, so even your strong ninja pale in comparison to them. We also get to see the rundown of the list. There was Guren, several others, some that were just there for the money, Kakazu, like people like that. There was also a young girl known as Kimiko that was on their side. The Akatsuki was a group. They were rebelling against all the order and the law. That is where we get to learn just how much of the world had changed over the years. The financial pull was around 70% to Konoha, while the rest was getting 30%. Konoha had seized countless villages by now. They've taken over, they've dominated, they've ruled. They were on top. Konoha was pushing the other nations to attack. The two that was not under control. The Raikage would never bow a knee. Never. Neither would the Tishikage as well. They would rather fight. And that was Konoha's plan. They wanted them to fight. They wanted them to retaliate. They wanted them to push so that they could annihilate them. And they would take not just the villages but the lands. And spread their influence even more. They would conquer, they would absorb, they would dominate. As Naruto spoke, it turns out that Minato was making a very big move. His domination over Kiri was already a very long way. The leader there, movements were being made. As Nagato had word and whispers all around, secret spies. Naruto decided to slow things down while allowing Nagato and his team time to move to secure certain victories within the land of water. In doing so, they would slow down the process completely. Yes, they would. Thus, Naruto headed straight to the village. Upon arriving, we get to learn the powers of Sasuke Uchiha. We also get to see a few others as well. Kakashi Hatake with super speed. We also get to see it was Mito and Menma they were dating. This was a huge thing due to their popularity, as he was with Ino Yamanaka, a very powerful light manipulation. When Naruto arrived, they were stunned, they were shocked. Sasuke being unaware that they even had a brother. He threw his shield that was extremely tough and durable, and Naruto knocked it away. Kushina arrived, pretending like everything was normal. Seeing that he has power now, he would be useful. They attack. They were able to get the one over on Naruto and knock him into the ground. However, he exploded out laughing. Since recently no one could take his punches, now he was gonna have some fun as he descended upon them. Minato received word that the village was under attack as he turned his pace, making his way, while the Akatsuki moved immediately. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play check for yourselves to begin this new episode. The Konoha ninjas, along with their allies, were moving. The world might not know what was going on in the shadows, but another group was rather aware of it all though. They were moving through a large area when suddenly they were attacked. It was fast. Kimiko landed on one of their shoulders, snapping his neck like it was nothing. However, it had just begun. Right there, another head was removed by Black Noir as they started to fight back, trying to repel the Akatsuki. What they could not see was Guren. She knocked several of them away as the group attacked. On the other side, Kisame water was large, majestic. He struck the ground and it was like the heavens had flooded beneath them. The Supes tried to stand their ground, but the Akatsuki was prepared. They were aware of their strength, aware of what they can do. Pain was not leaving anything to chance. Explosive tags rained down, annihilating them. A large group just like that. Snuffed out. Minato was flying back to his village, unaware that their plan was going down the drain. They split apart. One by one, they went to him first. Knowing his arrogance, knowing his rage. This was not the first time they were talking, but the first time that he was bringing true proof to him. The leader from the village that was safe on this day. Word was given to Pain. The Raikage studied the letter. He knew that Konoha was moving, but to this degree, it made him realize that he had no choice. It was either they worked together to repel this attack, to repel this domination, or they would all fall. The Tsuchikage was next. Old and arrogant, but even he could see the threat that was building. Even beneath secrets upon secrets, Mei Terumi met with him. Konoha seemed to have dominated this area, but while they were afraid, they were hopeful. The sand was out of reach. Konoha's influence was too great there. Their domination was too large. The sand had no leaders, as the world believed. The Kazekage was nothing but a puppet, nothing but a standstill, nothing but a figurehead. The true domination hailed from Konoha, where true orders were given. Kiri had recently fallen to them, so they still had more hope, more reason to go on after going through so much in the past. So they were still fighting, yes they were. Naruto was buying them enough time for them to do what they needed to do. Back at the village, Sasuke Uchiha was nearly on par with Mito and Menma, who was hailed as the two strongest of this generation. So he couldn't understand. He just couldn't, as he was crushed into the ground. The shockwave split through Konoha, leveling buildings as they fell. A whole group of them were knocked back. It was a terrifying and horrendous scene. Kushina exploded up into the sky, pure ravenous, deadly red lightning, ripping everything apart, showing no concern for safety for the people of her village. Her desire to stop him, her desire to make him understand that he was still beneath her. He had powers, but she was still his mother. Well, that is how she saw it now. Yet, he wasn't angry, he was smiling. Even as she rained electricity, even as it tore into him, he smiled. He flew upwards, only for Mito and Menma to crash into him, stopping him from tearing through their mother, as it seems like that was his desire. They grabbed both of his arms and threw him through a building. A few people crashing and dying inside. Sasuke picked himself up. Even with their enhanced durability, Naruto blows were causing problems. Sasuke gazed over the scene of Kakashi Hatake being killed in front of them scarred their mind. All of them possess a natural durability from becoming a Supe, and the casual way that Naruto simply ended him was terrifying. Very much so. Menma and Mito hovered in the air, rage consuming them at Kakashi's death, their eyes piercing through the smoke. He pushed past them, knocking them off course. They tumbled in the air as Naruto grabbed Menma's leg. He spun him and hit him with Mito. The both of them crashed, ripping another part of the street apart. Naruto came down with a heat vision, blasting them into the dirt. Sasuke tossed an iron beam from one of the buildings as Naruto caught it. He flew down and broke it against his head, the metal snapping. He kicked him in the chest, launching him through walls. Kushina zapped him in the back. Naruto turned only for his eyes to be covered by iron. Itachi Uchiha, using his telekinesis. The broken beams, the broken pieces, the sidewalk, everything. Itachi's eyes pulsed. They rose into the air and trampled down upon Naruto. He grit his teeth, raised his hand, his eyes fluctuating, controlling and viewing. He dropped an entire building with so much pressure because he brought it down, adding the gravitational force by pushing it, crushing Naruto underneath it. Kushina looked towards him, but she said nothing. Menma and Mito had rose back to their feet. It isn't often that they felt pain, so this was abnormal. For their entire life they were spoiled, believing they were better than the rest, believing they were stronger. The so-called Starlight, who was Ino, was making her way. She desired to help, desired to... They couldn't see him. Wait, where is... Naruto burst out of the ground behind her. Menma felt his heart stop. Everyone froze in that moment. Electricity gathered around Kushina's hand though. Ino could not move, as Naruto's hand was holding her still. He held her head in place. I saw that there was something between you two when I came here. Is she your girlfriend, little brother? Don't call me that, and let her go. She has nothing to do with this. You hate us because you're not like us, but now you are. So if you have a problem with us, take it out on me, not her. Oh, but I am. You people will never understand pain until I truly show you what pain is. Don't do this. Menma said stepping forward. Fight me. Fight you? No. I just want to hurt you. All of you. With a single motion, showing the clear difference between their strength. Naruto ripped her head clean off, separating the two sides. Her body dropping to the right, her head dropping to the left. Menma roared. Such ferocity, his eyes glistening. It was Itachi that anchored Naruto's feet, wrapping them with support beams. Menma blitzed through the sky, moving at his fastest. Boom! Everyone stood there stunned, but not for the reason why you think. Menma had been stopped as Naruto grabbed his arm. Kushina was confused. How could he have grown this much in a matter of minutes? How could he take that punch full on like it was nothing? Naruto gripped Menma's wrist. The rage instantly washed away, filled with fear. You have no idea what you're dealing with. None of you. Kushina moved in and zapped Naruto, knocking him away as he skid along the ground, stopping himself almost instantly. He reached into the ground, pulling out a sewer pipe and knocking Sasuke down. It exploded. He then grabbed Sasuke by the feet and smashed him through the ground. Itachi tried to help, but Naruto used Sasuke as a bat, knocking away everything that he threw. He then threw Sasuke towards the Uchiha compound, crushing buildings as he fell. Itachi ruptured the ground upwards as Naruto smiled. He moved off as Itachi tried to protect himself. But what was left was two pieces. Naruto tore right through him with his heat vision. His power was strong, but his durability on the other hand, not so much. The scene seemed so unreal. Kushina, feeling fear creeping in. What's wrong? You guys seem upset. Naruto said as they all stood together. That is when the remainder start to arrive. Everyone. They all start to surround him. All the people, all the rookies, displaying their own abilities. Naruto stood there for a moment. As he gazed towards the sky. Not yet, he said, but soon. His movement shattered the ground like it was made of glass. Menma exploded off into the sky, trying to keep up, but Naruto blitzed, leaving him in the dust, stunning Menma. Just like that. Chaos. Destruction. A few hundred people had fallen the demise of buildings or bodies of the Supes crushing them. And to think, this happened less than maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Minato arrived just as Naruto pushed off. Minato did not bother to stop. He pushed forward, chasing after Naruto as he moved past Menma, blowing him out of the sky. Minato's speed was greater, far greater. Naruto stopped as Minato came to a stop as well. He was stunned. It really is you. Yes, it is me, father. How? How do you have powers? What did you do? He said. So much questions. Trust me, I'll reveal them all to you very soon. You should maybe go back. Your people are rather desperate right now, mourning for the ones that they lost. What? Naruto, what did you do? Had a little fun. You're not leaving, said Minato. You're coming back with me. And you're going to tell me everything. Oh? Are you gonna make me? Of course. Minato reached Naruto in a matter of moments as he gripped his arm. However, confusion on his face as Naruto started to overpower him. Minato had to exert his own strength. The two seemed to be in a stalemate in mid-air. That was until Minato was caught off guard. The tentacles erupted from Naruto's chest and bind him. Naruto raised his hand in a lock and lifted above his head and cracked it into his skull. Minato felt dazed for the first time since becoming who he is. His body causing a literal disaster as it made impact on the ground. Naruto proceeded to fly, booming through the sky. Even when he recovered quickly, he still could not catch up. Naruto's speed was terrifying. He gave the Akatsuki what they wanted and he got what he wanted, showing them that he was alive, making them know to live in fear of him, that he would come back, that he would exact his revenge on each and every one of them. Time skip. Minato Namikaze was there, as they lay Kakashi, Ino, and those who felt the rest. However, his mind was mostly focused on his last student. Ren Nohara was killed during the war, and he was the one that killed Obito. Yes, Obito came into the village to steal the power of the tailed beast. He didn't know who he was. His technique was powerful, but his speed was just not fast enough. He had punched a hole through his chest and then the mask fell off. When he learned the truth, Minato doesn't just have the 9 tails. Konoha made sure that their power would always grow. This was time of mourning, but news came to him. Every single member was massacred. So someone else. No, it couldn't be Naruto. Perhaps he had others working with him. Or perhaps this was someone else entirely that meant. His plan was out in the open. This was exactly what Nagato was hoping for. The delay. Minato not making a move because he knew that someone else was aware of what he was doing. He was pissed. Kushina was furious. She believed that it was her right. Whether they live or die, they came from her. She owned them. Naruto was a failure, so they got rid of him. But now, he was back, with powers. The family was gathered. I want to rip him apart. No talking, no hesitation. Menma was furious. Enough. Kushina said. She's right, calm down. He will pay for what he did. But for now there is too many unknowns. Defeating any one of our Supes as easily as he did proved that his power is greater than we thought. He did what he did to make you angry, to make you come after him, to make you search for him, so that he can get you alone. But this is not going to happen. You're smarter than this, Minato told Menma. Mito was trying to be there for him. Ino meant a lot to him, and Ino was also a friend of hers. The others were mourning right now. Naruto had just made himself public enemy #1. The whole family was furious. He wasn't one of them, but now he was. And he arrived and killed someone that meant a lot to them. He will pay. Kushina pulled him aside. We need to talk. He's different. I know, no, you don't understand. I hit him with my lightning at full force. Even Menma struck him at full force. I saw that with my own eyes. However, the earlier part of the battle, Itachi Uchiha, all of us, we were holding him down. But it was just a ploy. He was holding back, hoping that you would return. Yes, you're right. She blinked. How do you? I received word. All the Supes I sent, they've been killed. The look on her face, surprise. So, he has others. If they're as strong as him, it's gonna be a problem. We can't afford to be caught off guard ever again. He's strong, terribly so. I'm not sure if he's as strong as you, but as we are right now, if he comes after us, all of us will die. She saw that very clearly. He took her lightning with minimum damage. She saw his speed when he flew off. All of it was a ploy. He was holding back. They need to find him and eliminate him. Meanwhile, you got the job done, said Naruto. Yes. They're fully on our side now. What I wanted happened perfectly. Minato is now aware that we know. I believe that he believes you're the one in charge of it all. Giving your brand new arrival with your powers to him. That doesn't matter, said Naruto. What does matter is you will still lose. What? He questioned Naruto. I have another friend. Someone that has been helping me. Over the past couple of years, he's assessed the numbers. They have them. Behind the scenes, they've been creating more, as you're well aware. The problem was, unlike before, now that he has complete control of the other nations and the smaller villages, they've become experiments for him. The strongest ones have been picked and trained. He has an army to command. And now that he's aware of my existence and aware that we're moving against him, because as he believes I cannot be in two places at once, that army will be getting orders. Think of it like a fail-safe. They have members all over, pretending, decoys. The villages will need to be incite into war from the inside. What? Why didn't you tell me this? My other contact took a while to get the information, Naruto said as he remained calm. But these people have infiltrated villages. And yours is no exception. Impossible. It is possible. They have a soup that can get beyond even your senses. But don't you worry. I have pinpointed each of these members within your village. Then what does this mean? If this is a case, if they have the numbers, if they have the strength, are you saying that we're going to lose, that all of this is pointless? No, you're wrong. Your plan was to get rid of the head and slowly control the population, diminish their goals, diminish their rage. You wanted to leave those that might seem innocent, immature. Naruto said as he got to his feet. But that wasn't my plan. Walk with me, said Naruto. They started to walk, Tendo following him. A gathering location where they all would gather, where missions would be discussed. Tendo saw every member who had abilities unconscious. There was few, but still. What did you do? I saved them, said Naruto. As I said, from the moment we met, my desire is to see them fall. You take this as my appearance only, but no. All the others will die as well. What does that mean? It's a virus, Naruto said, that devour Compound V straight out of your system, and at the same time releasing changes in your chakra pathway. No more Supes, physical changes, biological changes, even passing down. No more Supes ever. Some will die. Some body crave and needs it more than some. But still, it is for the greater good. Why is this the first I'm hearing about this? Because in order to fix the world, your life is also needed. What? Tendo said as he suddenly fell. Almost like all the life had just been sucked out of him. Naruto made his way back to where the real individual was. As Naruto stepped inside, Orochimaru was there, standing behind Nagato, who was unconscious in his mechanical walker. You did well, Orochimaru said. As you can see, everything worked according to the plan. Now, it is off to the final step. What I need, it's at Konoha. I have it under 100% guarantee that the first imperfect vial of Compound V still remain, securely locked away with a new mass-produced supply. That is what I need. A piece of what started it all. With that, we will be able to bring changes through the entirety of the elemental nation. So, how about it? Are you ready to visit your home once again? So soon after seeing your parents. Do you know exactly where this is? Said Naruto. Oh, don't you worry. Your little friends down there, they will be your backup. All you have to do is to prevent your father and your siblings and your mother from interrupting them. You think you can do that on your own? Well, I guess it's time we finish juicing me up. And let's see how far I can go if I actually have a limit. Naruto said to him. Orochimaru smiled. Time skip. Focus, said Luna. You can do this. Just clear your mind and focus. Clear your thoughts, relax, and focus, she said. Take it in. There is no cap, there is no limit that you cannot break, that you cannot shatter. And in order to face them all, you need to be as strong as possible. So focus, she said to him, as all of that majestic power flow within his system. Naruto was absorbing the Compound V out of countless that Orochimaru had captured. The Compound V bond into their very system. The way he absorbed it, there was no time to go peacefully or slow. Their death was guaranteed. Once Naruto emerged, they were all there. Black Noir, Kimiko, and also Guren. They looked at him. They joined the Akatsuki because they desired changes. But Naruto was going to give them the change that they truly wanted. He promised them everything they ever desired. He had showed that by hunting down all the members that took everything away from them and allowed them to brutally end their life without hesitation. And now, they will remove it. They will be the only ones. Finally, they will be a step above the rest. Their life, their childhood was so much trauma. All they desire was to be safe. But Naruto had twisted that to make them think they desire true dominance. Nagato believed that he was in control for the longest time, but the moment Naruto was introduced to the group, he learned everything. As he stated multiple times, he wasn't a good person. Countless will die for this, even the innocent without anything, but it doesn't really matter. In the end, the Supes will be non-existent. Well, except for a few. And what then? Well, they will all see. Time skip. He made his presence known. He started from the land of fire. Buildings broke and shattered. As he arrived above the village, he hovered there. As he descended, "They're coming," said Luna. "Make them pay. Make them suffer," she said to him. "Don't you worry. I will," said Naruto. The perfect hero, the Homelander, descended. "You monster," he said, his eyes glowing red. "They never did anything to you. Kakashi, Ino, Itachi. The day I found out you were powerless was the day I should have gotten rid of you," he said, his fist clenched. "Oh, you're right. You should have. Because now I'm gonna burn this entire village. Starting with your little family," said Naruto. Kushina descended down with her lightning. She spat, "You pathetic thing. After everything, we gave you life, and you killed your brother's girl, your father's student, and Itachi Uchiha of all people. You have no idea just how much those people bring to others' life, and yet you took away theirs. I knew that you were a mistake. Wrong from the beginning," she said. They tried to break him with their words. Finally, Naruto said with a smile, "We agree on something. I was a mistake. A mistake that I was born into this family. But you know, I'm happy for that. Because nothing else gives me pleasure than knowing that I'm making you people suffer. Nothing else in the world." The army assembled behind them. The entirety of Konoha was empty. They knew that he was coming. They were waiting. As there was so much of them, all of their friends, rage and anger for Ino's death. Their abilities on full display. Choji growing into a giant. His power seemed to blend perfectly with the power that hailed from his clan, but he could also shrink himself now. Sakura's entire body seemed to harden like diamond. Kiba also had super speed, much slower than Kakashi, but still. Hinata had shimmering force fields around her. Lee's fists and legs produced flames hot enough to melt steel. Tenten could control multiple weapons around her, as she also had telekinetic powers. Neji had a strange phasing ability that was tied to his very emotions. Shino body possessed a very dangerous poison that his bugs had adapted to. A single bite was deadly. They all surrounded him. Naruto chuckled. Orochimaru's voice appeared in his head. They're in the building. They're getting close. Hold them for some time. You murdered her, Menma said. She never even knew you, and you took her away. I'm gonna make you suffer like I made her suffer, said Naruto. Don't worry. I'm sure that it wasn't that painful. I did rip her head off pretty quickly. Menma snapped as heat vision and lightning surge at Naruto. Minato and Kushina join in, Mito up above. 4 apocalyptic beams shooting towards Naruto. My turn. Naruto heat vision and his lightning rush with such a velocity that it held theirs back until he turned his head and sliced through Konoha. He took to the sky. Mito descended as Naruto uppercut her with such a force. The shockwave rain. Building windows smashed to pieces. He then drive his hand down, but Hinata create a force field as he punched right through it, shocking her. She was sent down into the ground. Kiba ran, jumping up. He zooped around Naruto as Naruto came down. Naruto moved and stepped into his leg, showing that he wasn't fast enough. The sound of his bone breaking. They all descended upon him. Naruto grabbed Kiba by the throat and threw him. Reaching out to catch him, Naruto heat vision ripped through 2 of them. 2 down, he said. Choji dropped his fist on Naruto, only for Naruto to fly and tear his arm off and beat him down with it. Minato blitzed and slammed Naruto in the face. Menma then kicked him in the back. Kushina zapped him in the ear. Mito was still out. Naruto spun as he created a literal tornado, his heat vision shooting out and ripping things up. The cavalry, or, well, the waves of space in the background, they were ripped to sunders. One person, the entirety of Konoha. His heat vision kept on springing out. They tried to stop him. However, he flew through their attacks as he took to the sky. Those who could fly chased after him, but bodies started to drop one after another. Naruto came down and squashed Choji's head, literally bursting him. Blood and guts everywhere. The scene was horrific. The others started to jump in, all the adults, Choji's father, everyone. Fukaku, all of them jumped on Naruto. While that was going on, Naruto's team was making their way. As Orochimaru had so much intel, so much information, which was pretty abnormal, but he was not being questioned or judged. Back outside, Minato was startled as he saw several people had their powers drained out of them. Stop! He crashed into Naruto like a meteor as they found themselves under the village. His heat vision ripping into Naruto's chest, blasting him through so much rocks. Menma was lying in a building, broken and coughing up blood. Kushina's arm was twisted badly. All of them were jumping him, but look at them now. Naruto and Minato heat vision clash. Come on, father, he shouted. You can do better than this. Sasuke saw his opening as he slammed his shield in Naruto's head. Minato heat vision braced and exploded in Naruto's face, launching him back. Minato kept on pushing and pushing, going further. He wanted to burst through Naruto's skull entirely. That was until a tentacle grabbed his feet and pulled him down. Naruto punched him so hard he was knocked all the way out of Konoha. Naruto turned towards Sasuke. A moment later, he flew out of the hole, holding Sasuke's severed head and the shield that he used to tear right through it. Everyone went silent. truly seeing the impact of destruction. Naruto flew as Minato snapped back into his senses. Naruto started to tear through buildings. He flew towards a monument and crushed it, heat vision tearing across the village. Minato crashed into him, slamming his fist in Naruto's face until Naruto caught it. This might have worked if I didn't supercharge myself. Naruto smashed his fist in his gut, flipping him over and slamming him through the earth. Naruto placed his hands on his chest and electrocuted him. Minato's scream, far more intense than their mother's. I got you now. Naruto sank his tentacle into him. Minato tried to fight, but Naruto grabbed his face and his chest. The compound V was drained out of his system. Minato stood there as Naruto released him. What the? His eyes returning back to normal, no longer glowing. Panic set in. Look at you now. So pathetic. All you've relied on was your powers, never knowing how to truly be a ninja, and yet they call you the best. Naruto finger flicking down to the ground, Minato feeling pain. He turned and grabbed Mito by the throat. Not fast enough, he bashed her skull into the ground. He raised his hand and hit her so hard, the entire ground split open. She was unconscious as he drained the compound V out of her. You might want to get her some help, otherwise she will die, he said, turning his back. Minato sat there helpless. Kushina got to her feet. Enough of this. I brought you into this world and I'll take you out if I have to. She raised one hand and started to electrocute Naruto, but he simply walked. Walking through it, smiling as he did, his teeth grit as he walked through it. He finally arrived and grabbed her by the throat. You were the worstest one out of them all, he said, smashing her head into a pipe. He then grabbed that pipe and drove it through her eye. She screamed. He then grabbed her and threw her into a building. He moved towards her broken form and sucked the compound V out of her. Menma arrived and slapped Naruto across the face with a massive support beam. It dented. Naruto broke it in half as he turned and wrapped it around Menma. He then hugged him and lifted him before pile driving his head through the concrete. He drained the compound V out of him as he held him there. Menma couldn't move. Naruto pulled him out of the ground like he was pulling a carrot. Would you look at that? All so powerless. Now who's to stop me from doing this? Naruto started to fly through the village. The rest of the Supes that made a move, he tore them to pieces with his heat vision. One after another. They tried to attack his mind, his body, everything. They tried to bomb him, but it wasn't enough. As Naruto tried to radio in with the others, but he was getting nothing, until he heard Orochimaru's voice. Help, he said. Naruto moved through. As he arrived, he did not go in peacefully or quietly. He teared through everything in his wake. He finally found them. His entire team was unconscious. Orochimaru was standing there. Took you long enough, he said to him. Naruto was confused. What's going on, he said. Why are you... He suddenly froze. Tentacles shot from Naruto's chest and shot into Kimiko as well. It stabbed into something behind Orochimaru. The next moment, Kimiko died. It was like her entire essence and the compound V was drained. That was until Naruto slapped his head hard. As he woke up, what the hell? What just... I must say, I have to thank you. Orochimaru's body collapsed like a puppet. Naruto watches someone emerge. He was surprised. His white hair, his red eyes, Tobirama Senju? She was wonderful, Tobirama said. Her abilities might not be strong offensive-wise, but defensively, truly remarkable. Healed from almost any wound. While there has been others that possess a healing ability, this was superior. Then again, I couldn't have awakened until I had you do my work for me. What is this? What the hell is going on? He stepped on Orochimaru's head, crushing it. Sorry about that. He's used up his usefulness. Well, it's time that we officially meet. Naruto Namikaze. Do not call me that. Ah yes, you prefer Naruto. You're a smart person. I'm sure you can understand the basis of what is going on. You've been controlling him. Yes, I have. But you're supposed to be dead. Yes, supposed to. Unfortunately though, death is not something that will claim me anytime soon, he said with a chuckle. Have you ever wondered why the mystery around my demise was so grave? He said with a smirk. Naruto looked at him. Alright then, story time. You see, I, the one who founded the Compound V, it could not grant me powers. Many believe that I did have amazing abilities, but they can never truly say which one. But I had none. Truly I didn't. I was horrified to learn that. I have the genetical marker that stopped me from gaining abilities. I used seals and science. However, I went too far. While I allowed myself to gain abilities, my body started to break down. The first Compound V that I took, which is right here. So yes, in a way, the first Compound V was here. It granted me immortality. But not just that. It granted me supremacy. That is all I wanted. It was specially designed to do so, but my body was breaking down so fast. So, I suspended myself. At the time, many did not know that, even as I stand as an imposing force, I possess no true strength. Enough time went by. I allowed the world to learn about Compound V. I allowed it to spread through the nations, hoping that one day, the desirability that I need would come surface. You see, your friend there, her ability wasn't just regenerating. Every single molecule of herself could be put back together, despite the severity of what was going on. Unfortunately though, what I did to myself was so horrific that I no longer possess her power. It used up every single ounce of what she possessed to make sure that my body would not deteriorate. On the other hand, I had to wait until you completed outside. Yes, you've drained their power, but that was all a part of the plan. What plan? Said Naruto. I realized a long time ago that this world needed true correction. In order to do so, there had to be something. Something grave, something vile, something powerful. But there need to be more, spreading all over. I made it seem that the nations were the one that got their hands on the Compound V by stealing it, but I gave it to them. Every now and again, I creep thoughts into people's head. And you were one of them. Naruto looked at him surprised. What the hell do you mean? The connection that we share. I creep my thoughts into the head of those around me. It's a secret. But Minato Namikaze is my son. Naruto froze. Yes, surprising. Very much so. His parents were never truly his biological parents. That makes you my grandson, he said, smiling towards Naruto. Isn't that right, Luna? Yes, sir, she said. What? Naruto said, his voice shaky. Tobirama simply waved his hand as Luna vanished. She was nothing but a figment that I created to help you, to guide you. The only reason why I could do it was because you were desperate, so open to the possibility. Thus, you allowed yourself to be controlled even now. Wasn't it Luna that told you to calm down? And in that split moment, I took full control of you. Because you're special, he said. Powerful. Truly so. Before you think of doing anything stupid, before you get angry, I wasn't the one that orchestrated her death. That was never me. To be honest, I wanted to go for the others. My plan would have turned another way, but you came. I could sense it through our blood, through our connection. Because there is something else, he said as his palm opened up as his blood started to float. Another reason why my body started to break down. Even while I had this ability, I couldn't fix it. I made sure that I would be special, he said as he left Gurren and Black Noir. The next moment, he clenched his fist as their body burst. Yet, the blood flowed into him. His hand changed, turning invisible. He smiled. Do you now understand? We're both special, he said. I did all of this because I know that you will see the right way, because I'll give you what you desire. I'll give you her. I'll bring her back. Why do you think I had Orochimaru tell you to go after her? Why do you think he knew so much about the Rinnegan? It was my life work studying it. My plans, my moves, all over. In order to accomplish what I desire, in order to get what I want, I need more power, and you can help me. Tell me, is this not what you desire? I don't understand, said Naruto. None of it matters, my grandson. Not your father. He was too arrogant, and that wife of his was fully in control of his mind. You see, over the years your father has sequestered the tailed beasts. There's only one left in hiding, and I recently found the location. Orochimaru here wasn't my only little spy. As my body slept, all my energy, all my focus through my mind worked through them. The tailed beasts are going to be a battery for me. Empowering myself, with that I can change everything. All I need you to do is to bring me the 8 tails. Prove yourself, prove your loyalty. Not only will I use the Rinnegan and bring her back, you will stand at my side. You will be able to punish those people. Make them suffer. You can do everything. We will stand as gods in a new world that we create. In a new world that we will form. So what do you say? He held his hand out. As Naruto looked at it, he just looked at it. He reached out and grabbed it. Tobirama smiled until, What are you doing? You showed me something, said Naruto. The tentacles stabbed into Tobirama's hand. You can't control me. But you did show me that I can take powers. Although you convert it into yourself, that means I can not just pass it on, but I can do this. No, you fool! Stop! This is not right. This is my story. My creation, not yours. You should have remained dead, said Naruto. But I am thankful. You've given me more than you can ever imagine. Tobirama screamed. All of his life work, his big reveal, everything. All of it just drain away just like that. Naruto took several deep breaths, feeling the changes. He never thought this was possible. Tobirama has been controlling the thought of Luna to make him believe that it was only absorbing their strength, but he could take their powers. Naruto was amazed. There was a lot to do. So much. Time skip. 5 years later. Footsteps. As Naruto stepped outside, her back was to him, her long hair blowing in the wind. He placed a kiss on her neck. Are you okay? Perfect, she said, just taking in the sights. Luna stood there as Naruto wrapped his arms around her, smiling. Tomorrow will be a wonderful day, he said. Time skip. Naruto sat. Beside him was Luna. Close by was Nagato and a few others. As a coliseum, fighting was going on. It was a yearly test to see the difference, to see just how much their strength had grown. Evolution, as their king, their leader, stands supreme over all of them. Naruto sat there and watched. After the test had came to an end, hours later Naruto was in a secluded, quiet location. Today was a fun day. The others have been progressing really well. They've been evolving, allowing us to see that there is no limit. Well, I am the very first proof of that. Tell me, how was your day? Just kill me already. Minato begged. Naruto smiled as Minato screamed, electricity coursing through him. Minato was chained up, but he wasn't the only one. They were not close enough to communicate. They were isolated and alone. Minato, Kushina, Menma, Mito. Chains tore through their skin. Chains that were controlled by him. Special, powerful. It kept them suspended, keeping them weak. Naruto did not hurt them, except for a few times when he electrocuted them. What he did do though, was left them alone. They could not sleep. The chains kept them vitalized. They did not need to eat or use a bathroom. The chains were special, taking away human functions. The chains were not any soup abilities. They were fuinjutsu and chakra mixed in as well. It took a long time for these to be crafted. You see, after taking the power from, his grandfather, Naruto took everything. Yes, he did. Reason why Nagato was alive. Naruto got what he wanted. He took the Rinnegan. He became powerful enough. Not only did he pull her from the grasp of death, allowing her body to properly age, to bring her to his same age, to see her as a beautiful young woman that she would turn into. Her memories were brought back. She was shocked, unable to believe what happened. She couldn't believe it. He allowed her to see it. As he was able to go into her mind, learning that he could take abilities, he prepared for this. He allowed her to see what happened. He allowed her to see what happened to him. Those views changed Luna a lot. She didn't like the chaos, so Naruto promised that it wouldn't come to that. He would not set the world ablaze. Before, he had some dark thoughts. But now things were different. Luna was back. Alive. She was alive. No longer were there any Konoha or this or that. You see, he used his grandfather power to the max. Naruto rewrite everyone's mind. He stole the power from all the tail beasts. Think of it as a genjutsu, but it was permanent. He altered their mind. He altered their connection. He altered their very base of who they are. All they understood was that he ruled. Was that he was their leader. They had their free will, but they would never turn against him. He did not care about anything else. They could do whatever they want. Only thing they couldn't do was turn against him. And Naruto did not care about anything else. Things only got better from there. He chained his parents up after having them trapped in a dungeon, away from one another, isolated, so they would feel the loneliness that he felt. Recently, his people found information dating back to a very long time ago about these so-called Osutskis. They were something to look into, but for now, the world belonged to him. He must say he was thankful for all his grandfather did, plotting and scheming. He just never knew that Naruto refused to let anyone else control him. And thus the boy who had nothing and no one now rules the entire world. And yeah, guys, this is where this come to an end. If you want to see, I'm just kidding. This is over, guys. More series, more movies to come. I just want to thank you all for sticking around, but I'm out for now. Peace, guys.